What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon, MLB DFS video. It is Thursday edition. It is May 29th. This is your first look. There's only 4 games. It's a weird slate for a Thursday, but we are back. We're going to bring you everything we possibly can. So if you're new to the channel, when we have a normal slate, we do normal things, but we're still going to do the same thing here. What we're going to do, we're going to use outlier.bet. So if you've not already used them before, the link to sign up is down below. You're going to get a 7-day free trial to their $130 a month package. So check that out for 7 days. After those 7 days, if you decide to go with that package, their premium package, we're going to give you a free month of FTA Plus on top of it. If you go with their normal package using our link, we're still going to give you a free week of FTA Plus. So we have all sports here. Right now in season, we're no longer doing NBA with just 1 or 2 games a night, but we are doing MLB, NASCAR, PGA, and MMA. Depending on when you watch this video, the PGA stuff might still be good to go. This weekend, we've got MMA, we've got NASCAR, we've got everything DFS related. So the difference between us and other channels, we go through each game. We're going to look at all 4 games here. We're going to look at pitchers, batters, stacks, how they do BVP history, and even batter split. So we're going to bring it all to you. We're going to use Outlier. We try to have giveaways every single day. Here's how you can win. First way, like this video, be a subscriber, and leave a comment on this video. You do all of those, and this video right here gets at least 50 likes. You will have a shot at a free week of FTA Plus. 100 likes on the video is a shot at a free month. 150 likes, a free year. 200 or more likes on the video, a shot at a lifetime pass worth $500. Second way, somewhere in this video, there'll be a keyword or a key phrase. Listen for it, type it in, and have your shot, a second shot at a free week of FTA Plus. So that being said, we are hopefully here to help you bring home as much bacon as we possibly can. But before we do that, let's see who the 2 winners are from yesterday's video. So looking at the video, we are going to see. So we had a minimum of 40 or 50 likes. So there you go. C Major made the beat. Congratulations. I believe this is your first time you've ever won. I'm not 100% sure, but I do believe this is the first time you have won. So congratulations. Please email me dfshelp1@gmail.com. That's dfshelp1@gmail.com. Let me know that you are the 528 video views winner. And let me know if you have an account on the site. If you do not have an account on the site, then please hit me up in the email with a username, email, and a password. I need all 3 of those, and we will set you up for your free pass. Now, the keyword from yesterday was coffee. So we're still going to re-roll it. So you do have another shot to win. You could win both. We have not had it happen for a while, but we will definitely see if you are the winner here. So we're going to re-roll it, and the winner will be the one with coffee in it. There you go, LG5295. Congratulations to both of you. Please, both of you, email me, LG. Let me know that you are the 528 keyword winner, and we will get your guys' accounts set up right now. We did have the Braves and the Phillies game on Wednesday get postponed due to rain. It is now tentatively scheduled for sometime in the morning or afternoon, early afternoon, because all 4 of these games are at night tonight. But it should be, hopefully it's not changed. But as of right now, we do have Chris Sale going up against Christopher Sanchez on this slate. Hopefully they are not moved to the first game. Hopefully they stick in this game right here. We're still going to cover it. Hopefully it does not change by then. It has not been confirmed, neither confirm nor deny if that, in fact, the pitchers will change, or if the pitchers that were supposed to go on Wednesday will pitch the first game, which would make the most sense. But anyway, neither here nor there. We are going to break it down. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over, we've already done 10,000 simulations in the background. We run a total of 20,000, which will be updated since it's 5:45 start, probably by 3 or 4 p.m. Central Time, day of, before the main slates. We'll update the projection simulations and everything like that for you guys. So we're going to go through everything that we're going to talk about are through 10,000 sim. So after we go through all 4 games, we're going to look at the matchup tool of ours. So all the players that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating through 10,000 sims, we're going to give you guys right now, or at the end of the video, or towards the end. After that, we're going to do Pitches Be Crazy. It's not the best slate, I will admit. We had to go really far down the list to find teams that strike out. But I wanted to bring that to you. And then finally, we're going to do our Makin Bacon bet. So we're going to go over players we think can get 2+ bases, and then some pitchers we think can get X amount of strikeouts in the game. So if you guys are ready to go, I'm ready to go. We're going to use Outlier. We're going to have some fun today. All right, so we're going to do, just right off the bat, we're going to act like the first game here is going to be these two pitchers, and we'll go from there. Hopefully, it does not change. So, kind of just looking at what we're able to see here. If you've never seen Outlier before, I do want to show you what Outlier brings to the table. So, we're going to look at the 4 games here. We're going to go into detail. Now, this is part of the premium package, so if you are not subscribed to it, you most likely won't be able to see what we're looking at. So, we are technically giving you a free preview every single day. But again, if you want to see even more, it is there available for you. So we can look into these. We can look at Chris Sale versus Christopher Sanchez. Obviously, Chris Sale has seen them enough pitching. 109 plate appearances in his career against Philly, 257 batting average, 36.7 K percentage, and only a 2.8 walk percentage there. So we look at splits. He's already faced them once this year. He did have problems with them. 4.2 innings, 5 earned runs, 5 Ks, only 5.1 was the problem. So that was back on April 8th, so his third start of the year. That was at home when he was kind of off. You could see he didn't have his good stuff right here. The first 6 starts. He's had some good starts here, and then, coming off of an 18.2 against Pittsburgh, which made no sense because they're a bad team. He came through 29.6, 22.8, and he's under 9K. That is kind of what we're looking for. He dropped it down. I think a lot of people will be on Philly. I like Chris Sale here. So we can look at that. And then you have Christopher Sanchez. So Sanchez comes in. It's been very up and down for him as well, just depending on what you're going to get. Splits-wise, he has not faced Atlanta this year. In his career, 73 plate appearances, a 338 batting average. So you're like, oh, I wonder who those batters are. Well, wonder no more. We're looking right here. Braves bats against Christopher Sanchez. You can see Stuart Fairchild has a home run. Acuna has a home run. Austin Riley has a home run. Matt Olson has 2 home runs. Those are some bats that you would look at. I think Stuart Fairchild, if he does get in this game, would be a cheap option. You would obviously want to stack them with maybe Ozzie Albies or Marcell Ozuna, because then you can look at how they do against lefties this year. Overall, not the best, but Matt Olson batting 275, Albies batting 241, Ozuna batting 250. Sean Murphy or Baldwin, depending on which catcher's going to be in there, I don't mind them whatsoever. Philly bats against Chris Sale, Kyle Schwarber hits him well. 2 home runs against him. That's it for home runs. But against left-handed pitching this year, Harper batting 284, make sure he's in that lineup. Schwarber batting 301. You want to look at him. Castellanos batting 333. Trey Turner batting 358. You look at this, I can see why they've priced him down a little bit. And that's kind of something you need to look at. Obviously, Chris Sale is there. If you want to pay up for a different position or pay up for a different pitcher, I completely get that. They do hit lefties better for whatever reason, and all their big hitters seem to hit lefties better. So that could be something we need to look at. So looking at this, I don't know if I trust Chris Sale, or again, it's a 4-game slate, so we're only playing tournaments, so we're not trusting them in cash. But tournaments, I don't mind them. But those are the bats that I would kind of look at on both sides if I weren't going to take this game at all. The next game is the Sacramento Athletics versus Toronto Blue Jays. It has not been 100% confirmed that it is Jose Barrios, but it is his turn in the rotation. So it is Jacob Lopez versus what we expect to be Barrios. Splits-wise, he has not faced the Athletics this year. When he's pitching at home, he does have a 5.19 ERA this year. Not ideal, coming off, he hasn't had a good start in 3 weeks. 3 starts has been bad. 2 against Tampa Bay, both not ideal, and then Detroit, not ideal as well. Athletics have been hitting this year. So looking at the numbers, we can dig in just a little bit more once we go over to Outlier. And then you got Jacob Lopez. So Lopez comes in. He has, 2.57 ERA. Game log wise, 7 innings. It would have been his start there. Wild. Some good numbers. 26, vastly different than what he did against every other one where he's coming out of the bullpen. Now, whether or not they do get a start here, it should, he should get the start. As long as everything's good to go, he is a cheaper option at 7,400. I kind of might trust him a little bit more than I do trust Barrios here. But let's dig into the numbers, take a look, see if anything makes sense, what batters do well against handedness, and we can really go from that perspective. So in their career against Barrios, Lawrence Butler's the only one that has a home run. Against right-handed pitching, you do have Langoliers, only batting 194, but does have 7 bombs. Again, you got to get creative on a 4-game. Just to be honest, terrible slate. Nick Kurtz batting 286 with 5 home runs. You've got Tyler Soderstrom batting 278 with 9 bombs. Max Schumann batting 314. You've got Urias batting 257 with 5 bombs. Jacob Wilson 333 batting average with 5 bombs. Lawrence Butler 271 with 6 bombs. You do have Brent Rooker down there with 8 home runs, but only batting 228. Toronto bats, they think it's Jeff Springs, but it's going to be Jacob Lopez. Same thing, still against a lefty though, so we can use these numbers. Against lefties this year, like Ernie Clement batting 326, Vladdy batting 333, Springer batting 376, Miles Straw batting 314, Bo Bichette only batting 189, which is wild. But then you could look at if it's Heineman, Taylor Heineman up there for catcher, batting 600, or Alejandro Kirk batting 323. Both of those guys have home runs. It depends on who you think. If you think Jacob Lopez is going to come out and do 7 innings again, or if you think he's going to come out and get lit up and then the bullpen comes in. That's the big key that we're looking at, but those would be the bats that I'd use on both sides in that game, right? Third game, we got Tampa Bay at Houston. We've got Shane Baz versus Ryan Gusto. Baz, 37 plate appearances. In those 37 plate appearances, a 206 batting average, 24.3 K percentage, and only a 5.4 walk percentage. So they're looking there. You got a 246 WOBA too, so it's a very low WOBA. I do like what they bring to the table. And then Gusto's never faced them before. Gusto's only averaging 8.2 fantasy points. He's not been doing ideal, 4.59 ERA. We did take Seattle against him. He did only give up 2 earned runs with 6 Ks, but had 3 walks and then didn't even get through the 5 innings. So that's the problem there. I know Tampa Bay's not ideal. You could look at him because he is 6,400, and Tampa Bay's offense has been up and down this year. They are playing 500 ball, but still, like, they're not what we'd have expected them to be. And they're on the road, so that is a little bit different here. He is cheap, though. I will tell you that. Splits-wise, home games, 6 starts at home, 546. On the road, no starts. So at home, he has gotten lit up. So looking at pitching, and then Baz, 4.94 ERA. In his career, like I said, 37 plate appearances, 206. Ideally, if you look at away game, 408. So he's been a little bit better. I don't know if I trust him. I think I trust him a little bit more than Gusto, though. But if we look at the bats, we will definitely get in here and see a little bit of difference here from maybe what you're expecting. So overall, obviously, never faced Gusto before. But against right-handed pitching just this year, you've got, just depending, Jonathan Aranda batting 326, Caminero with a home run on Wednesday, 265 batting average, 7 bombs. Yandy Diaz, 262 with 4 bombs. Brandon Lau, 276 with 8 bombs. You've got those guys. Obviously, you can add in a Chris Morel, who's kind of struggled overall this year. Cameron Misner, Chandler Simpson, if you want to go a full Tampa Bay stack, that I think a lot of people will be off of. Houston bats against Baz, like Pena has a home run. That is it. Against right-handed pitching this year, Isaac Paredes at home. I love him. He's got double-digit home runs, batting 294. Christian Walker, 232 batting average, 7 home runs. Jake Myers batting 299 with 3 bombs. Jose Altuve this year batting 268 with 6 home runs. Pena with 5 bombs, batting 295. Like, they are hitting very well. And then if Victor Caratini gets in there, could be a cheap catching option for you. Batting 261, which is 20 points above league average. 2 home runs there as well. So they're always ones to just look at there. Overall, I don't like today, to be completely honest with you. But I wanted to bring you guys a breakdown as efficiently as we possibly could, just to get you guys into the mood and the mindset. I don't know how many of you guys are even going to be playing. But before we look into the final game, the keyword of the day, just the word blue. Come up with a saying with that. So we do have Mackenzie Gore versus Emerson Hancock. You got Gore, 26 plate appearances, 208 batting average. He's on paper the best pitcher for the day against a team that strikes out the most out of all 4 of these, or 8 of these teams, I should say. And we look at this. He's 21.7. He's had multiple games this year with 13 plus strikeouts, coming off back-to-back 9 plus strikeouts. You look at his splits. He has not faced Seattle this year. When he's pitching on the road, he's got a 426, so it is a little bit worse. But Seattle does strike out over 9 times a game. especially at home. So that's definitely something to look at here. 3.47 ERA. I don't mind that. Now, again, anything can happen, and Seattle could hit him hard, but he is there at 9,300. Emerson Hancock, 5 plate appearances against Washington, 0 batting average, or 400 batting average. Game log wise, really hasn't hit value with what we need. So value wise, especially at like 5,800 or 6,000, you need 3 times value, about 18 fantasy points. A bare minimum floor basically for DraftKings pitchers, usually about 25. When you have a pitcher under 7K, you could go a little bit lower if you pay up for like maybe Mackenzie Gore, Chris Sale, or whoever you're going to pay up for today. And then you can get a little bit lower than like 2.5 times value. That's kind of where we're looking at there. So then if we look at the bats here, Washington bats, Nate Lowe's not seen much. Nate Lowe I love against righties, you know that. CJ Abrams this year batting 296, 6 bombs. Josh Bell batting 174, but he does hit righties better. You've got, depending on that, Luis Garcia batting 261 with 4 bombs. Nate Lowe batting 245 with 7 bombs. You got Lyle, which would be a cheap option, 286, but you do have James Wood, 135 at-bats this year, 289 batting average, 9 home runs against righties is where I'd look. And then Seattle bats against Gore, like JP Crawford does have a home run, but they are hitting lefties better. I think a lot of people might be on Gore, but if you want to go Seattle as a sneaky stack, could be sneaky. Depending on the catcher, Cal Raleigh, switch hitter, batting 290, 8 bombs against left-handed pitching. He hits lefties better. Master Brony, 300 batting average, 3 for 10, so not much. Dylan Moore batting 302 with 5 bombs. Rivas batting 360. You got Williamson batting 297. You got Rosarena batting 254 with 2 bombs. J-Rod batting 242, which is right around league average with 5 home runs. And then Leody Taveras batting 250. No home runs, but he does hit righties a little bit better. So we're looking at that. And those are the ones we're kind of feeling. So Washington, Seattle is the final game there. So if you look overall and we look at these pitchers like Mackenzie Gore, makes sense to me. But if you want to go contrarian, I think a lot of people would be on Gore, 9,300. Chris Sale, 8,800, but Philly, they do hit lefties better this year. Sanchez, kind of the same thing. I don't love the pitching today. You want to get creative and wild. I don't think many people will be on Hancock. I don't think many people will be on Gusto or Lopez. And if you could do something with that. But again, very cautious, not ideal situation for pitching. So that being said, those are the batters, the pitchers, the games broken down for you. Ballpark factor wise, the wind is blowing in for Washington at Seattle, could give a boost up to Gore or maybe even Emerson Hancock. The wind is kind of whipping all around in Atlanta and Philly, 16% chance of home runs, and that is basically it for ballpark factor. So now we're going to give you all the batters that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating through 10,000 simulation. There's not many today, guys. Not many at all. There's 3. They're all Washington Nationals. Luis Garcia, Nate Lowe, and Josh Bell. That is it. That is a wild number because usually it's more than that. So that being said, that's what we've got going on there. 3 batters right now. Now we will update this when there's 20,000 sims, and I'm assuming, I'm assuming it'll change up a little bit there, but that's kind of where we're at for those. Pitches be crazy. Again, we had to go scour the list and go down a long way, so I'm probably taking it easy today, but I wanted to give you guys a 4-gamer for you. So looking at pitches be crazy, Mackenzie Gore is the best pitcher according to paper matchup at Seattle. Seattle strikes out 9 times a game, 9.12 per game at home. Christopher Sanchez versus the Braves. The Braves strike out 8.49 times per game, 8.5 on the road. You got Houston versus Tampa Bay, so you got Ryan Gusto versus Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay strikes out 8.24 times per game, 9.28 on the road. You've got Chris Sale at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh strikes out, or at Philly. Philly strikes out 7.91 times per game, 7.27 at home. And then finally, you've got Emerson Hancock versus Washington. Washington strikes out 7.83 times per game, 7.85 on the road. So to reiterate, I don't know how many I'll be using, but Mackenzie Gore, number 2 is Christopher Sanchez, 3 is Ryan Gusto, 4 is Chris Sale, and 5 is Emerson Hancock. Now we're going to do our Makin Bacon bets. We're going to look at these bets. Any batters we think could get 2+ bases. There's not many today. I'm going to take it easy today. We do have Luis Garcia, number 1. Number 2 is Nate Lowe. Number 3 is CJ Abrams. Number 4 is Josh Bell. And number 5, there's not many at all, but Trey Turner going up against Chris Sale. So 5 right there. And then we're looking at the strikeouts here. Not many either, guys. Mackenzie Gore, if you can find a line for 8+ strikeouts against Seattle, I don't mind that. He is coming off back-to-back 9 strikeouts, and he has a couple of games with 13. So if you want to tease it down a little bit, I completely get that one. Chris Sale versus the Phillies. If you can find 6+ strikeouts or maybe even 5+ strikeouts for Chris Sale, I would look at. 3 is Christopher Sanchez versus the Braves. If you can find a line for 6+ strikeouts for Christopher Sanchez, I am okay with that one as well. So there you have it. That is the kind of weird 4-game breakdown. Not much going on. Maybe you take a break. Maybe you're just doing PGA today. Maybe you're just waiting. But that's what we've got for a 4-gamer. We looked at all the batters, the pitchers. If you want to see stacks, you want to see everything else, check it out down here. Everything you see here. $10 for a week for FTA Plus gets you MLB, PGA, MMA, and NASCAR. $30 for a month gets you the same thing. Still have the Mother's Day special going on. So if you email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com, instead of $199 for the yearly pass, and maybe you've been on the fence about it, you can get the yearly pass for $100 off. So $99 right now if you email me, and we'll get you set up. So that is what I've got going on. Good luck on this Thursday. We will be back on Friday. Have fun out there. Bring them some bacon.